What's going on, everybody? Brett here, and we are back on day 36 of our Battle Brothers Beast and Exploration DLC Let's Play. And I want to go ahead and show you some of the things that I did off camera. Just a few little changes here. So, last episode I asked that someone go ahead, subscribe, and give me a name suggestion for our new brother. And our new brother was here. So this was Thilman, I believe, Thilman the Believer. Really good flagellant pickup. He is level 1, but someone decided to claim him, and they wanted to name him Lance Glenfield. So we're going to keep the Believer title, because I think that's a pretty sweet title. So welcome aboard, Lance Glenfield, and you're getting in kind of on the ground floor of a very strong character, who I hope we can keep alive for some time. And because he's level 1, so this is kind of a big deal. So I changed up the frontline formation a little bit. So we have here, let's see, is it, yes, so we have Scaredy the Blind. So Scaredy the Blind has really low resolve. So I wanted to tuck him towards the center of our formation so that he's always going to be surrounded by brothers, which will prevent him from being surrounded and having his resolve checked. I also went ahead and we had a brother, I think it was Hungry Two-Timer, who was wielding the falchion. And I went ahead and took that off of him, gave him the Boar Spear. Early game, Boar Spears are very good. It also is going to allow us to employ a much more defensive porcupine type strategy where we have alternating spears. So as we spear wall, we're going to deny basically our entire front line to our enemies, forcing them mostly to want to go up and around the outside. And by doing so, we'll buy time for ourselves to maneuver, to defend our back line. I also went ahead and put Hondo the Brutal here in the center position. He is our most heavily armored brother. He has tons of hit points, and he has a new weapon which I had never used before. We're hopefully going to get some action on this today. It's a pole hammer. What a sweet weapon this is. So it has all the benefits of a hammer. Also has the chance to hit head plus 5%, and it also has a range of 2 tiles, and it just has better damage than his previous weapon. Really sweet pickup there. We got it broken, so at a bit of a discount, and I'm happy to try that out for sure. And to make this front line of alternating spears possible, and to make it function, we did have to just kind of shuffle some brothers around. As I mentioned, we did put, where is he? Scaredy the Blind, tucked him nicely in the center, and we went ahead and put Arizil here near Lance Glenfield in between these two. I think having our strong level 1 character in between our 2 strongest melee fighters is going to give him the best opportunity to potentially stay alive, which is what we really need. So I think that's about it. Oh, so one more thing I want to address that I read in the comments, and it's a good suggestion. But I'm going to tell you why I'm going to do things a little bit differently than what was suggested. So someone suggested that we make one character both a sergeant and a standard bearer. And that can be a great suggestion, a good use of that. If you have one person on your team who has tons of resolve and you want to just have a huge unbreakable core around kind of the center of your formation, you can do that. But what you'll find happening is that as the battle spreads apart, as brothers kind of go 3 here, and the battle evolves, sometimes you'll have brothers who are out on the wings who are not benefiting from your leadership. So what I like to do is I identify early on 2 brothers, one in the front lines and one in the back, who can either carry the standard or become a sergeant. So I think pretty early on here we've identified, where are you, buddy? Oh, where'd you go? Where's our monk? Here he is. Yeah, okay. It's Grimold. I didn't recognize the name. Sorry, guys. So Grimold is almost certainly going to be our sergeant. He has 3 stars in resolve. He's a melee character. When the time comes, we'll end up switching him, putting him somewhere maybe on this side of the formation, and then Ragnar the Slow, who is here, he'll be our standard bearer, and he'll be on this side of the formation. So instead of having really powerful leadership in one part of the battlefield, we'll have very good leadership on all sides of the battlefield. The odds of our troops routing when they have a sergeant nearby on one side and then a standard bearer on the other is almost nil. By the time we get into the late game and we have to worry about things like resolve a lot, our guys will probably all be around the 50 resolve mark, plus benefiting from the sergeant and the standard. So I like to split it up. I don't think it's necessary to have that rock solid center core, one person leadership. I think you split it up, your entire army benefits, and you'll probably won't experience any routing whatsoever. Also, the standard isn't really the best weapon into the late game. It's just kind of a weak polearm. So, having a guy also carrying the sash and not carrying something else like a war dog or something late game and also carrying the standard, you're really kind of making one of your guys very weak instead of just kind of spreading that responsibility and still having two very functional units here. So, okay, rant over. I think that covers everything. I bought a little extra food as well, some more provisions. So, we have a quest here. It's for a lot of crowns. It's like 1,890 crowns. But it wants us to spend days and days walking all the way down to Schlamberg. That may actually be a viable option. But what I would rather do here is come down here and fight at the Headcutter's Nest and see if we can't take on another bandit leader. I mean, we killed 2 of them before we were even in full raider gear. And one of them was like a ridiculously strong like raider leader. I mean, he was just much stronger than the other one even was, wearing armor that we can't even hope to afford yet. But we need to get some gold, we need some crowns, and the big deal right now is to quickly level up our monk Grimold, get him that sergeant sash, complete our ambition, and I think that will unlock the citadels and stuff for us, so that all the areas of the map will be available to us for us to, yeah, we'll take this fight, for us to get quests, and we won't have these kind of dead spots everywhere. Alright. Yeah, pretty small force here, and Jesus Christ, look at these weapons. So that's probably the leader. No, that's still the raider. So we can't see the leader yet. Interesting. Probably just sitting right back here. That's a pretty dangerous weapon. It has a reach of 2. We're going to want to prioritize both of these. Also, this flail is pretty dangerous as well. But let's take the shots where we can. Hope to get lucky. Okay, that's a nice one. And we're going to want a spear wall, shield wall on this side for sure. Oh, and of course he jumps in, and that gives him adequate cover on both sides. Very nice strategy there from the AI. Yeah, we'll take that 45% chance shot. And we have a bit of an angle here for 230s. Oh, we nailed him, and we're getting whatever the heck that weapon is. I'm pretty stoked about that. We can't hit him, but we can put this raider. Oh, nice. Wow, look at that dude. Godfrey the Outcast. I don't recognize this armor. I'm pretty sure that's new. He's got javelins in his hand, so we don't know what kind of weapon he's rocking. But that's a heater shield and a really nice like flat top helmet that we would love to have if possible. And I think we're going to take this shot there. Nice. So we've nearly got him dead. If we can clean up this whole side of the battlefield, we can wrap around and take these guys by force on the bottom here. I think we're just going to spear wall it up. That hurt a little bit, but we're going to put some damage on the armor, and we will certainly shield wall there. We'll wait turn, see how things shake up. Shield wall, spear wall. Shield wall, spear wall. And Hondo, I think, is going to be a major player here when the time comes. Shield wall it up. I'm not sure if we should riposte or not. So what I think is going to happen here is this Brigand Raider will probably take a swing at Hungry Two-Timer, may even try and go for his shields. And I think the rest of them are going to try and wrap around and get to our archers. So I don't really want to waste the fatigue. And I don't... Yeah, we're going to shield wall. We don't want to get hit with flails, any of that nonsense. We may need to drop our war dogs. Oh, and that's unfortunate. Alright. So shield wall to the rescue there. And spear wall is going to do great work against these guys. Wow, we might just kill him. So he's standing behind a shield walled raider there. Might still take these shots. Yeah. Okay, he's got overwhelm. So he's overwhelmed us. I don't remember exactly what that does. We can check that out when we get to it. 21% chance. We'll take this. Oh, come on. We're killing him. That way we can come down here and wrap them up. We'll take a 7 and just hope to hit someone else. 36. Dang. Okay. So let's see what kind of big damage we can do here. None. That's brutal. And I think we move in here. We need to lock him down. We'll lock him down with 2 brothers and an archer. And then we can bring down all the rest of our guys. And that frees us up. It's a bit more dangerous for these two because we're not relying on the shield wall anymore. And we'll take shots at him. And we needed big hits here. And we kind of got him. Nice, nice. Okay, good. Be nice to break his morale before the fighting gets too serious. We're going to shield wall and stab at him. There we go. Be very cautious in the way we move up. I was expecting that. I'm pretty sure he hit our shield there. Can we take a decent shot on anyone? We move here. Can shoot in. At the very least, even if we hit his shield, we're still causing him some amounts of fatigue. Okay. We switched it out. Ooh, the shield is quite damaged there. And 2 big hits on Scaredy. Dang. There we go. And we're going to let the dogs out. We need to start tying people down. There we go. So we fractured his hand. That's the type of big damage we need. And that's a dangerous weapon. That's a Skramix, I think. It's either a Skramix or a military cleaver. Either way, it's a very dangerous weapon. Nice. So every kill we get, we're bringing them closer to a morale defeat. We don't want to hit our own guys. So let's move around here. And we can even switch to pole arms on some of our guys. They're shield walling. Oh wow, what a lucky shot. And that totally frees this raider up. Nice. Would be great to get some injuries. Which is pretty much why I like to... yeah, we'll bring you in. Which is why I like to have that set of abilities, Executioner, Crippling. If you can just straight up injure everyone on kind of the first go round, move in there to support. We have lots of damaged brothers. We don't have enough to switch out. We don't quite have quick hands yet on all of our archers, but we will soon. Okay, dogs, do your work. Okay, a little bit of armor damage there. Yeah, we don't want him to kill our dog, but if he kills our dog instead of killing a brother, he has an arming sword. So not the best weapon. It's still a step up from some of the stuff we're using. Okay, good. Excellent. Okay. And we would really love to get a crossbow shot on him. We'll set it up so our crossbowman is here. And that's green phobe. Let the dog be the one in melee. Alright, no whammies. We did good. Move down. It's kind of tricky. It's, who do we want to risk in melee? And we want to risk the guys who have the biggest armor and the biggest health pools and the best melee defense. Switch to a polearm there. Like Hungry here, he has all of his armor and 80 HP. He has a broken shield, but I don't expect him with an arming sword to do much damage to us in that way. Whereas Scaredy here, yeah, we're going to keep him back. I think that's just the safest play. And he'll be much less dangerous once we tire him out. Perhaps put him with some injuries. At the very least, we can get Lance out of the way. Also, I think we have a net on Hondo. That might be worth switching to. Don't kill my dogs. Alright, riposte and shield wall. So now, that's pretty good for us. Let's see. Move down here. We're going to surround him. We're going to get Arazil in here. And do we have knives? I want that armor. I don't know what it is, but I want it. We don't have enough to switch out. But let's see if we can do big piercing damage. We hit his heater shield. So heater shields are better versus melee, but they're equal to a round shield in ranged combat, but they're not that good at blocking missiles. Damn. Okay. So we could put him in a net. How much damage does this do to armor? So we don't want to hurt his armor. So we're going to switch out here. And we will attempt to keep his armor somewhat intact. That was a big shot to the armor. And I think that's fine. No point risking anybody. What do you have on you? You have a net as well. Let's shield wall. Keep you alive. So with his riposte, our dogs are going to have a hard time surviving this battle, I think. Because they're just going to attack. They don't know strategy. Yeah, there we go. That's what we were worried about. And here, we'll throw a net on him, and we can move forward and start stabbing him. This game is pretty brutal when you say it out loud like that. It's like, damn. Switch out to a knife. Ooh, that riposte. Still a bit scary. Okay. We're damaging the armor a bit. This will probably destroy the armor if we hit it. And it did. Okay. We still have a small chance to get the armor. As pretty much always, I think it's just more important to make sure that your brothers survive than it is to try and get any specific type of armor. And of course the dog's going to get the final hit, as always. Thank you, dog. Did we get his armor? We did not, which sucks. But we did get the flat top, which is a 230 piece of armor for us. We're going to put the heater shield on someone for sure. A couple more nasal helmets for backup. This is a padded dented nasal helmet, which is a little bit better. Some lamellar for our archers. 300 crowns here. 350 worth silverware here. We have 30 tools and supplies, which is at least 300 gold worth. So this is like by itself, this is like 900. Tons of provisions. We picked up some leather shoulder guards, which are pretty cool. We got his arming sword as well, flail. And what is this? A two-handed mace. So this only has, this doesn't have like the two range, like that hammer thing we have. But check out the damage on this thing. That's pretty sweet. So that was very worth. And we also didn't lose a dog. So awesome. Lance now has his first level. We're going to give him student as we've been doing this playthrough. And he has just excellent stats. There's just so much stuff he doesn't need, which is wonderful. And we can just go ahead and give him a bit more fatigue. Nice. And Green Phobe here. Boy, do you need resolve. Yeah, there we go. That makes me feel instantly better. We'll take that on you and a 4 there. So we're getting his archery skill up. We're correcting his resolve issues. And we're also getting him that initiative so that his dodge is all the more effective as he levels. So it's tempting to get him crossbow mastery. He does have very weak fatigue. So Brawny would be nice. We also want to at some point get these archery skills on him. Just a lot of things that he needs. Also quick hands, of course. Well, Brawny and crossbow kind of accomplish the same thing. He's going to take 25% less fatigue from using his abilities. This also gives us more piercing damage with his crossbow shots. And with 1 star in this, I foresee him being a crossbow character pretty much until the end. So let's give him that. You'll have crossbow mastery. I think that's pretty nice. This is about the time when you want to start picking it up as well. So pretty good fight there. And now, yeah, pretty sure we can't pick up a quest there. We can travel there just to see what they have, or we can come down here. You know what, let's very quickly go to this city. I'm kind of anxious to see if they'll have good prices for us when it comes to our inventory, which is essentially full of stuff right now that we could sell for a huge profit if we find the right place. But you never know what's the right place until you go and check on it. Okay. There's also a weaponsmith and an armorer here for us to peruse if we so desire. So we could sell these here and make 50 gold a piece. That's not bad. That's 300 gold. Let's organize this a bit better. And we'll look at our shields to see what the pricing here is. So 18. We've seen as high as 22 already, and most places on average for us will be about 16. So this is certainly a better location for us to sell things if we want. And I think we're going to sell the silverware here. That's for sure. And we may have a redundant amount of meat. I think if we sell one of these, it won't matter. And we'll sell that one. Yeah, it didn't change anything. There's only so much of this that you can eat before it all goes bad. And we could probably sell another one here. So that one put us over, unfortunately, but I think we're still good. Tool prices here are not bad. Ammunition and medical supplies are very expensive. I think we're going to grab some beer. And perhaps something else in a moment here. We'll sell this padded leather. We'll sell off a few of these broken shields. And before I accidentally do something stupid, which I endeavor to never do, Scaredy, you're going to take the heater shield. Hondo, you are going to get the flat top. And you are going to rock the kettle hat. And the nasal, let's see. Lance is kind of struggling with his fatigue at the moment. Who else do we have that has really high fatigue? Yeah, so we'll give you the slightly better helmet. And in the back lines here, we have Edgel, Bad Eyes, Green Phobe. Edgel will give you the Lamellar armor, which is 95 compared to 80. The fatigue is 2 higher. That's pretty much on par. That's what you'd expect. Is there anything else we want to change? I think these are all 105s. And we're going to be swimming in these for a long time. We can sell off... I like to sell off the plain ones and keep the colored ones. And we want to give someone this leather shoulder guards. And we want to give that to the person who is in the best armor. That way we know it'll stick around for a while. And that is this male shirt here. So let's give these leather shoulder pads to that. And I like them because they don't add fatigue. So in the late game, I mean, if you're worried about fatigue, but you still want that extra durability, you can just pick up tons of the leather versions and put those on. So we also got some white and blue paint. So we can paint helmets. We could paint this flat top. It's really not a bad helmet. We'll probably be using this until like the late game. Yeah, let's do that. Let's use our paint for the first time. So this is a channel first for me and a personal first. And boom. So there we go. Hondo's rocking our stylish flat top with mail, painted in the blue and white. Alright. If you don't like the paint, I could see just selling it. I mean, I don't know if there's anything you can do with paint once it's already made, other than, you know, potentially sell it. Let's organize a bit. So we have another shield we can sell. We can kind of want to hold on to this and hold on to this. We'll sell off the falchion as well as the hand axe. And we can sell off all 3 of these as well as the padded leather. And I don't know if we'll find much better prices, so let's hold on to 3 of them. We'll sell 3, hold on to 3, grab some tools, and pick up perhaps some cheese. Yes, that gives us 6 days worth of provisions. We're going on a bit of a journey here. But before we leave, I want to check what's in the armor. What do they have? What are these? Double mail. So this starts to apply fatigue to us. They have lots of heaters and kite shields for not very good prices. Yeah, the prices here are not great. Just because we have a lot of gold doesn't mean we need to spend it. Unless we see something. So we have those new helmets that are like the best archer helmets. I think if we see those, we'll buy them regardless. Because once we get that, we don't ever need to replace it. It'll be the best item in slot. that we could find. We could also pick up 2 basic mail shirts. Let's look at the weaponsmith, see what they have. Oh, baby. So another one of these pole hammers, which look how expensive this is. We got that for a steal. Check this thing out. Jesus Christ, the 2-handed flail. Oh, it's not that expensive either. So this is 50 to 75. This is 40 to 80. This has more consistent damage. Also does shield damage and has less fatigue. This also has a chance to hit head though. So the 2-handed hammer. So this is like your medium range 2-handed hammer. The big wooden mallet being your low tier. This would be your mid tier, I believe. I think there's something better than that. Because they changed the art on some of these, so I'm not super sure. Like this is the great sword. They made it look a little different. It looks better. I think they did this to differentiate it more between the long sword, which is the tier 2 version of the great sword type weapons. They have a warhammer here, which is a pretty brutal weapon for smashing armor. In the late game, you want warhammers because they take out knights. You're not worried as much about preserving enemy armor to steal it. There's also a rondel dagger, which is not to be overlooked. This is the best dagger. Causes no fatigue. You switch out to this and you pierce armor and kill units. There's also a war brand here. This place has like all the goodies, but they're very expensive. We honestly can't afford any of them. I love long axes as well. And a bill hook. Oh, okay, we're gonna pass. We're gonna pass on all this. Do we have anyone in the front line that's not wearing great armor? So this is a 110. We could put him in a basic mail. This is 110. I mean, it's not much of an upgrade. It's 5 for him. But then we get these 2 guys out of padded shirts. And then basically our entire army, our weakest links will be these leather lamellar armors. Kind of like the sound of that. Let's go to the tavern here. So I noticed that our men's morale is low. And we can check out why. So they won a battle. They're content, actually. I shouldn't say it's low. But they could be better. One way to counteract poor resolve in battle is to increase your men's morale outside of battle. So that when you go in there, you'll see you have those little blue flags. And your men won't rout as easily. So we can buy them a drink here for 73. And you'll see there we put some of them in good spirits. If we keep drinking, we'll probably make some of them drunk. And that gives them buffs, I think, and debuffs. So we need to be very aware of that. And we have a bit of gold. We'll play around here. We'll see if there's any rumors. Okay. So nothing good. Bit of wasted gold, but not much. Late game, I mean, you'll definitely be going to the taverns to try and see if you can pinpoint the exact location of some sweet armor. I think honestly we're strong enough to go back to the Forgotten Mass Grave if we wanted to and take on those legionnaires. I don't know how many of them there are, but many of them, probably like 6, 7 or so. I think we could comfortably take out 6 or 7 legionnaires. Ooh, what's this? If we engage them at dusk, alright, so it's not quite nighttime, our archers still have the advantage. We've done this type of fight before. Okay, they give us a bit of a high ground spot there. We can move forward 1 if we truly want to. This Edgel needs a little bit better initiative to make sure he always goes before our frontliners, because he's kind of messing up our rotation right now. I think we just move forward 1 just to take advantage of the high ground. We'll get ourselves a little bit better vision. And we'll be able to move our archers up 1 as well. So these are the types of fights that spear walls were made for. And we're going to make full use of them starting next turn. Actually, yeah, we may have to do it this turn because they might end up getting initiative over us. I hate to waste the fatigue, but sometimes it's hard to tell whether or not that you're going to have the initiative that you need. Move forward here. All right. And I think we're probably going to switch out to like our melee weapons. He has quick hands. Yes. All right. And this is why you get quick hands, guys. He has it as well. You can pull out the standard. So the undead have a unit available to them that is like a Geist, who's very difficult to hit in melee. Almost impossible to hit in ranged. You have to kind of surround her and just hope to get lucky. But one of her big moves, and the reason I bring this up, is that she causes like an AoE fear bomb, and she can send your units running. So having your standard out right at the beginning of the battle, and also having a sergeant, and having them kind of scattered throughout your army will make it much less likely that a big fear bomb will send your units routing. It'll give you much more opportunity to resist. Also making sure that your guys are in high spirits beforehand as well. So he resurrected his dudes, but that won't matter. They're coming into melee with almost no health, and I have very little doubt that they're going to clash on our spear wall. There we go. And man, I love this weapon. Yeah, that's brutal. The range on this, having it be a double range, or be able to hit 2 tiles, that's so effective. And whereas a straight up hammer no doubt will do more damage and gives you the option to hit multiple enemies in battle, having 2 range in the center of your melee line, I think that's going to be very difficult for the AI to deal with at really any point in the game. It makes our center a very scary place for them to engage, which just overall increases the safety of our backliners. So this is the turn. I'm expecting them to move fully into melee. Alright, if you got a miss, man, at least hit someone. Necromancer back here is going to be causing us trouble, but we'll overwhelm these kind of pitiful zombies in just a minute here, and then we'll be able to drop dogs and chase them down. I don't think our dogs keep damage that they sustain in a previous battle. I'm actually not 100% on that, but I would be pretty surprised if that was the case. Nice. So now Hondo will be able to hit him. Man, I don't know about you guys, but if you watched the last episode and you saw that hag fight, that was only a single hag. The amount of like chaos that she was able to sow turn 1 by taking our strongest melee fighter and then turning him against us was brutal. I can't even imagine fighting like 3 of them. Also, I think we had a bit of bad RNG, simply because our men just did not resist the charm at all until like the very end, when it was pretty much just too late anyway. I think the game would have, that fight would have gone a lot differently had we resisted 1 or 2 of the earlier charming effects. But I was sweating the whole time. I don't know about you. As soon as she took Erezil, I was like, that's it, we're done. He's going to turn. He's got our noble sword, and he's also super heavily armored, so he's just going to turn on us and take us out. I was pretty happy when that was not the case, though. Alright, decapitated means they can't come back. Take out the guy with the cleaver. Dang. It's counting on that shot. We need to kill more than they resurrect every turn is essentially what it comes down to. And we're pretty much able to do that, as you can see. Some of these are armored, the ones that are still left. Expecting a few of them to come back once again. As I mentioned before, I think there is a hard limit on how many times they can resurrect. I don't know what it is though. I think it's 3 perhaps. And we're just playing this very safe. We're not stepping out because, as you've probably seen, when they resurrect, were we to be standing on them when they resurrected, they could push us in kind of any which direction and we could quickly find ourselves isolated. So we just need to maintain our spear wall, not go out to meet them, make them come to us, essentially. Big damage there. And really clear the board for our, we'll take him out with that cleaver again. Really cleared the board for our dogs. And also he's keeping a bit of a retinue back there for himself. Pass for the moment. Yeah, and we'll take advantage of the reach to get the guy in the back. Ooh, gross hit there. He is possessed, but he's very injured. We should be able to take him out. Alright. Front line is clear, but I'm sure 1 or 2 of them will come back. It's just about safe now for us to start rushing them without having to worry about zombies appearing in our back line. Let's see what comes back, and then we'll know, wow, 3 of them? Okay. So 4 or 5. It's 1 man down. Let's go, dogs. He's out of ammunition. We'll switch to the polearm. And now we'll move forward. Step over the corpses of the fallen. How many tiles can we move and still use our dog? We'll put our dog here, hoping it goes there. That was rough. No. Oh my god, they probably just killed our dog. That was a bit of a mistake. We didn't need to drop our dog there. I was hoping by putting it in close proximity to this one that that's where it would go. But that was not the case. That was not the case at all. Keep our men close. We're still expecting some more zombies in our back line. Just like that. Dog took him down. Sweet. And our poor buddy. So peace out. This was Mutt. What was his name? Biter. Yeah. Sorry, Biter. You were a good dog. And very expensive. So we'll be looking to replace him. Hopefully we get something good from this fight. We need to get in there. Alright, Burnfried, the solid, going to be the one to close the distance. He took a big hit there from a regular old axe, which sucks. Okay, I'll take some hits. We'll fill the gap there. We're just moving as much as we can. Whew. I think he can attack 3 times because he's possessed, which makes him pretty scary because he's actually got a decent weapon. We'll start to chunk them down. Surround them. Get our brothers that have some range. We'll get them behind our lines and use them to start poking. We won't be able to get past him. We have to kill him first. Okay, no whammies. Oh god, that hurt. Oof. I was a bit nervous on that one. Okay, now we're tying down the Necromancer. There we go. Yeah, we're going to peace out with Burnfried if we can. Or at least we're not going to engage in melee. Lance being our level 2 guy, but he's still in perfect health. So he's kind of the right one to fight. And we need to shut this nonsense down. He doesn't have his weapon anymore, which is good. But he can still do damage. Alright, good. So we're taking some of his leadership there. Fortunate miss. Oh, he's unarmed. Oh, poor dude. You're about to have a bad day. Get in there, Hungry. Burnfried, you just get the heck out of there. We'll pass you. Come on, man. Let's hit him. I don't think there's anything you can do, especially since he's unarmed. And this turn we have all of our units will be able to hit him. Alright, at least this time our War Dog did not steal all the glory. And there we go. Please, big loot, because we got to pay for a dead armored dog. So this covers the cost of the dog. We made a little bit here. The big thing is that we need to get a level on Grimold, like as soon as possible. That's kind of what I was hoping to accomplish today. But I mean, that was a fight we didn't need to take, but it was still a good fight for us. So I think we're going to leave the wilderness alone for now. We can come up here, get on the mountaintops for a second. Oh, alright, a hot meal is what any man needs, but a hot meal with a couple of sides and entrees? Well, that's something else entirely. Your purchases of diverse food has the men gleefully chowing down and feeling good about life. So that's another good reason why I diversify my my foods. I wonder if nighttime is affecting our vision here. Probably. But we didn't see any type of outcroppings, encampments. But so if you look at my inventory here, I mean, we have roots, berries, mushrooms, ground grains, venison, and beer, as well as cheese. We can organize this a bit better. And yeah, and the game kind of encourages you to do that by giving those different types of food different spoiling times. And by staggering them, you can greatly increase the length of time you're able to go out and do things. Okay, what do you got for us? So the prices to sell here are quite high. So we will. But the prices to buy are pretty bad. They don't have any gear for us here. We'll buy some smoked ham. That'll give us another day. And we'll sell these. So this is now a 75 gold profit. That's fine. We're over 4,000 gold. We could probably make it up a decent bit higher were we to kind of clear out our collection here. But I think that's fine. We also have a series of contracts available. Man, our men are in such good spirits. I like that. So, Scaredy the Blind, we need to pick something up for you. What are you going to get? You have really poor resolve. Like, really bad resolve. Let's see what your levels give you. Yeah, and I also gave him the necklace. That's something else I should have mentioned. I think we're going to take resolve, melee defense, melee attack. He's going to have plenty of high rolls in his fatigue. No reason to prioritize it now. And you're certainly a shield brother, but you don't have to be a spear brother, although that would be nice. We can just go ahead, we can get him brawny, and we'll see there his fatigue shoots up by 5, and that'll go up, that bonus will go up much higher as he's wearing armor that gives him, 30, 40 fatigue. So this bonus is going to be good for the entire game. And then we'll probably prioritize Crippling Strikes and Executioner next. I like getting that especially on spear-wielding guys. And we can check out the Fletcher, see if there are any good crossbows. Oh, wow. Okay. We could pick up right now. Oh, it's so expensive, though. So we have the crowns. We could grab the tier 2 crossbows and put them on each of our crossbowmen. And they probably have another hunt. Yeah, we could grab another hunting bow as well. And then our entire back line will have tier 2 ranged weapons. That's very tempting. The prices just are not good. Let's see what these contracts are. Maybe we could take a contract that will make them more favorable to doing business with us here. So someone stole this dude's lockbox. 770 crowns is not a lot of crowns, but we'll accept it. It's an easy quest. It's follow some tracks. Probably going to be some raiders at this point in the game. Maybe even some thugs mixed in. So thieves, there's 9 of them. Didn't quite see what they were. So some thugs, some poachers, and 1 raider. We should be able to decimate these dudes. We can prioritize taking down the poachers quickly so that they're really just no threat to us whatsoever. Yeah. It's kind of interesting that they chose to move up like that on us. We're missing our shots, which is lucky for them. We could also take aim shots, but our percentages are so good, we really shouldn't have to be afraid. Ooh, I was really hoping to hit that one. Since they're clearly wanting to engage us here, I think we move up to ensure that we get the high ground, like so. Yeah, 260s on him. Yeah, that seems pretty good. And we'll spear wall here. If he wants to go around, he's going to have to go all the way around. We'll kill him and then move up. We'll stay there for right now. Burnfree took a lot of damage in the last fight. We're not really eager to get him into melee. Anyone else? Yeah, this whole kind of flank took some damage in the last fight, but we'll keep Burnfree out of it. Big hit there from the dude with a dagger. And they're trying to move into our back lines. Take a 38% chance shot there. Spear wall doing some work. Can step forward. But at least we can take an aim shot next turn. Probably hit him. Pass with Burnfree. Unfortunate. We have increased range with these two because they're standing on little hills. So we don't want to mess that up. Nice. Perfect. So I could have switched out his weapons, but 247% chance shots on him. I was like, we gotta be able to kill that guy. There's just no way we can't. Damn. I was hoping to get a big shot on him as well. Let's move in here and screen a bit for Burnfree. Yeah, there we go. So we've got 2 routing now. And we'll move down on this thug, and we should be able to take him out with Hungry. So they make a swap, which is a good ability to pick up for those of you who've never seen that before. We probably won't be able to get it until later. We just have so many things we want to prioritize. But it does give your army a nice bit of versatility, being able to swap in and out. And it allows you to save brothers at really crucial moments. We'll move up here, take this 56%. And we've got a bit of a surround on him. There we go. So we've got him fleeing. The raider is dead. We'll lock him down. And we can move to this hilltop and still shoot, which is kind of the beauty of the crossbow. Unfortunate miss there. 63% aim shot, and we nailed him. We don't really get anything, just a little bit of experience and a knife. But still feels good. And if we move to this angle, we have a clear shot now of him. We probably could have just moved one and took a swing. That was a bit of a mistake. But I think we've got this. There's only one dude running. There should be no danger whatsoever here for us. And there we go. So clean fight. Very clean fight. We get another level on Lance. So Lance is coming up quite quickly thanks to that student perk. Grimold has got to be close to getting up there. We got 2 daggers. So, and a worn mail shirt. I don't hate that at all. That's several upgrades for us. That's several things we needed. Anyway, let's go and collect our pay. And we'll look around and see. So, Hondo, we'll give you a dagger. We want everybody to have daggers. You're rocking a knife. We'll give you a dagger. And if you don't have anything, you get a knife. Everyone in the front line needs something. Okay, so now we're good. Our entire front line has knives and daggers. What is this? That's 110, 110. Same thing. Okay. Who of the two of you has better fatigue? And it's definitely Bad Eyes. So you'll get that. Excellent. And we have this extra quiver here. Give that to Edgel. It's good to have double quivers on all of your archers. If they run out of ammunition, you just switch them out. And that's another good reason to have quick hands, because I think it does count as like switching to a weapon. So they like us a bit more now. Let's see what the prices are on these crossbows. I think they're a bit cheaper. Sell these off. We're racking up the gold. We might get a lot of gold from this one city, because they do have two. Hopefully these aren't like escort the caravan quests. Let's see what they are. Okay, he needs something delivered. We can accept and then back out. And this one wants us to escort a caravan. Yeah. We'll accept and say we need some time. Let's see. So, unfortunately, I don't think it gets really any better than that. Come in here and level up Lance once again. Wow, big 4 on him. And a 3 there. And let's give him some health as well, because I think now we're going to come in here and give him Colossus. So that'll put him up to 73 health. Pretty survivable. And I think down the road, Lance is going to become an excellent two-handed wielder. Maybe could even start him off with this. But in the early game, it's probably smarter just to keep him with his spear, let him live through his first couple engagements, get up to level 5 or 6 or so, and then we'll see how we can change him up, make him better. Let's get into this Fletcher here. We also have this bow, junk bow. We don't need that. So I looked it up, guys. I don't know if I mentioned this already. I looked it up, and apparently the poisoned apple is like a super high tier crafting item for the taxidermist. So I think it's for the taxidermist, but we're not selling this. This is going to stay in our inventory for a while until we can kill some more unique creatures, some more hags, and potentially make something. I don't remember what it is that it makes. But either way, I want to make everything, guys. Maybe not, that might not be realistic, but in the late game, we should be able to chew through armies. And since that's the case, we'll probably have the opportunity to make lots of stuff that we want. We'll have lots of fights to pick up unique items, and we won't need the gold, so we won't need to sell any of it. We'll just hold on to it until we can make the stuff. And past a certain point, we'll get a ambition that lets us spend a bunch of gold and get ourselves like a donkey that increases our carrying capacity. So boom, check this out, guys. We made progress today. That was 3,000 crowns worth of progress. And I think it's worth it. This is 30 to 50 damage. And this is 40 to 60. So that's a 20-point DPS increase. And once these two guys have crossbow mastery, which I think they both will at some point here, they're going to be deadly. They're going to be piercing right through armor and doing lots of big damage. So I think that was a pretty nice pickup for today. And of course, we can just go ahead and sell this, recoup some of our money back at least. And we're still rocking 12 days worth of crowns and 6 days worth of provisions. We're good on everything, guys. We're doing great. We're in a very good position here. Let me pause it. Not sure where we're going yet. Probably just Tarsdorf in the next episode. And maybe we'll strike out into the wilderness and see what's out there. I like kind of just as we go from city to city, we're just kind of breaching the fog of war, taking a cool, unique fight, and then dipping back to heal, recover, sell, take a good quest, and so on. So we're taking at least a battle or two a day, which is a great pace for this point in the game. I would love to fight more greenskins. I would love to fight more beasts. Looking through the different recipes for the taxidermist, we want like direwolf pelts, all the different spider stuff. We can make some reinforced nets and stuff like that. We can also add the pelts to our armor and have all of our guys looking like wolf dudes, which is pretty sweet. That was kind of a unique item in the base game, which I only ever made once or twice, but it was pretty fun to make, and I never sold that item till the end of the game. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Once again, my name is Brett. My channel is Good Talk Gaming. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I'm working pretty hard making these videos, and I appreciate every single subscription that I get. And if you do subscribe, leave a comment down below telling me which brother you would like to name. We still have like Grimold here. Will probably be our sergeant. So if you want to claim Grimold, he's a monk character. Eventually he'll be very good, and yeah, feel free to claim him. I left his name kind of blank on purpose, hoping someone would give me a good name suggestion. If you're a subscriber, leave me a name suggestion down below, and you'll get our company sergeant, who will probably be our sergeant in the next episode, hopefully. He only needs about 268 experience, just about two battles or so, and then we'll complete our next ambition. So, alright guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.